Hello, beautiful souls. Well, happy June. And for me, it's 2025. I don't know when it's going to be that you're watching this. And my team just asked me to let you know that it's perfect time, whenever that is. Oh, that sounds funny. But anyway, so it has been a really weird couple of months. And I went to Alaska with my mom, and then I had my friends staying with me for a while. And now my middle son just graduated from high school, and we are just days away from starting our summer routine, which is, Maddie will be home from school, and we got lots of activities and lots of different things planned for the summer. So, summer is fun around here. I'm not working a traditional job, so we get to go do fun things. So I'm looking forward to that. And, just grateful that I'm in this position, to spend this time with her and to do this stuff with her at 12 years old, about to be 13. I mean, it seems like important time to spend with kiddos, especially now that I have a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old that are busy living their own lives. And, both of them have girlfriends that I really like. So, not that I can take credit for my kids, because I can't really. We all come in with our souls and our lessons and I believe our missions, but those two have been doing pretty good so far, even though sometimes they both gave me a run for my money, and I do have some gray hairs coming in now. Anyway, but what I really wanted to talk a little bit about is the noise maybe out in the world and the distraction, and what so many people are having trouble with is all this division and the divisiveness and I get it. I see what's happening. It's almost like a circus show, what I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, okay, but is it even real? And I'm just going to say, to challenge everybody's, thought process, is that so much of what is being portrayed as real is not. I mean, you guys have seen the AI pictures, the AI videos. I mean, they look real. It is almost impossible to distinguish that from reality. And then I'm going to ask, what is your reality? Are you mostly artificial? Are you mostly real? What are you spending your time doing? Are you spending your time on social media? Are you spending your time watching the news? Are you spending all of your time virtual, like gaming? Or are you out in the real world, connecting with people, heart to heart? Because that's what keeps coming up for me, is that's what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to connect as humans. Obviously, many of us have taken on the call of awakening, where we are, awakening to our soul mission. We are going down this path of changing. When we agree, that we're going to take on a spiritual practice or whatnot, we don't even know what we're agreeing to as this physical human in this world. We think, oh, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah, psychic, these different giftings and abilities and whatnot. But, oh my gosh, the amount of things that we have to let go out of our lives that do not match anymore that we might not even want to let go of. Oh, that is a real thing. We are being asked to look at ourselves in a divine mirror and to let go of anything that does not belong. So that's what's been going on with me. I've been feeling very disconnected from society, and at times disconnected from my own inner self, which is why I keep pulling back and going within. Like, I already know that is the only way for me to have clarity on the outside is by looking at the inside. And so that is what has been going on for me, with me. And, you know, I have had the most crazy synchronicities of, you know, different readers, I guess. They're not, I didn't know I was having a reading or about to have a reading in some of these groups I've been in. And the messaging is all the same. That we're being asked to trust ourselves. And especially, you know, for me, my message has been, and maybe it's for you because I'm being asked to share it. Some of us have been very intuitive our whole lives. Like we, you know, maybe we went through things, you know, trauma, whatever, but we have been attuned, hyper attuned in some cases, to be very discerning. We know things. We can tell the people that have good intentions from the people that have not so great intentions. We can smell discrepancies and illusion, manipulation. We can smell it. And so I am not the only one. So maybe you have been too. And maybe you're being reminded right now that these things happened to you, maybe as a young person, but it's time to start trusting yourself. It's time to start trusting your intuitive knowing, your discernment, that these things have made you attuned to truth or not truth. And so, you know, for me, I keep getting wrapped up in all of this distraction out in the world, you know, and some of it has been great, you know, like kids graduating, and that is great, you know, but it also feels heavy right now with the way the world is. And so trying to juggle that and to stay in my human, right? That also is now more embodied soul has been challenging. You know, to know what I know, to, you know, go into, let's say, a stadium or an arena full of people and be like, it's not my job to know what's going on with all these people. I do not need to be tuned in to them all. That does nothing good for me. So I'm being asked to put myself and my own discernment, my own knowing, my own intuition first. And there is something, it feels like, with this full moon, you know, maybe enhanced gifting, more clarity of, you know, what I've been noticing is, I don't know if I'm going to call them mistakes I've made in my life, but I'm noticing my filters, my lenses through which I saw things. when I was triggered. And I'm seeing more clearly, like, my own part of things. When, I mean, it's new. Like, it's expanded awareness. And it doesn't feel that great because, you know, things fell apart. Especially in relationships. And so I'm seeing my part of it. And honestly, what I could have done differently. But hindsight is always better than being in it. And especially if you have wounding and you're triggered and your nervous system is messed up. Those of us that are now, like, we know what to do for our nervous system. We reset, re-regulate, we breathe, we, make conscious choices. We recognize when we are, triggered, or, when everything is more intense. We know, and we're more careful moving forward to do that in responding instead of a knee-jerk reaction. But for me, I'm having to hold compassion for myself, grace, as I am seeing what I could have done differently. And honestly, I needed those experiences to grow, but it doesn't feel great to be noticing. Anyway, so that is what is going on for me lately. And so, I'm being shown that everything is a learning experience, and that really what matters is that we do learn from these things that happen. If we, like, for example, me, if I was triggered and acted hastily in protection mode, putting up my shell, putting up my walls. I'm not saying that wasn't warranted. I'm just seeing now that there was another way. But here's the thing about consciousness. And I think I shared this out today on my Facebook, but we can only perceive from our current level of consciousness. And others are the same. And so as we expand, we can see that there were more choices than we could see at the time. And so I'm just being gentle with myself through this. And I also keep being reminded that I am divinely protected. I have been divinely guided, that nothing that I have done or nothing, it was all, it's all fine. That it's all good, that I am still growing and I'm still expanding. I'm just doing it in a different way. And it's all good. This literally is a choose your own adventure. There is not a preordained way of doing things. You do get to decide. Anyway, just wanted to share that. And say happy full moon. Oof. And just be gentle with yourself as we are expanding our consciousness and having increased, enhanced awareness of not only the universe, I'll call it that, of our gifting, of the role other people have played in our lives, but also of ourselves and our limitedness, our own self limitation through our inability to perceive opportunities, just because we didn't see all the choices. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye.